All right, I was late, but Justin was on time. Hey, everybody, my name's Jeremy, and you are?
I'm Justin, and I was on time.
You were on time. I was late.
It's the first time I can say that. In high school, I had like 64 lates in grade 12. And
You did not you.
I gave them all to my buddy Mark Nickel, who also had a name Nickel, and he was one student number off of me, and they wouldn't give him his diploma. True story.
I hope that guy's doing fine.
He's doing great. Anyways,
so what happens at the 10-year high school reunion? You guys fight?
We've talked about it many times. He's like, that was you. Anyways, thank you for coming to YouTube, our Waiting for Trivia show. Thank you so much. We're sorry that we held you up, and we are ready to get going. We have a great story, a great show for you tonight. Great stories. I want to give a shout out to our mods, my beautiful wife Jess, JR. John White's here. He's not going to be able to moderate, but he's still going to stick around for a bit. And anyone else in the chat, James the car guy on Instagram, give him a follow. He's awesome. I love that guy. But I don't want to waste any more time. Oh, no, you wanted to talk about
wait, we got to shout out. Okay, yeah. So Peter Grant from the All Access podcast, who's a guest last week on the WTF show here. Peter messages me today, like while I'm sky training home, and Diego was freed, Justin.
Yeah,
your hashtag activism, your slacktivism actually worked, and Justin Nickel single-handedly freed Diego Sanchez, MMA fighter.
Yeah, we talked about him last week. He's basically fallen for a cult, which is one guy, this trainer named Joshua Fabia.
If you don't a weird fight Nexium, like Fight Club Nexium.
He's a con artist. He's a weirdo, and he's got Diego duped because Diego has clear CTE. But thanks to my hashtag and outpouring of support, went and saved him. Now we just need to go get Brittany. Diego probably could have been put on the back burner. We could have got Brittany first.
Well, I don't think you fully appreciated your power.
Yeah.
So now that you freed Diego, I do think you take on Britney Spears and you do what the rest of the internet could not do.
And then this stream just blows the fuck up. Anyways.
In theory.
Yeah.
In theory.
So way to go, Justin from Mr. Dopey. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Oh, whoops. It's James the car nerd, not Guy. Sorry, James. He's quick to call me out in the chat on that. Thank you, James.
Thanks for being here, James.
Yeah, just like flow of the show doesn't matter. But anyway, Diego, just happy that he's out. He's out of that cult. I guarantee you Dana White sent Francis Ngannou, heavyweight champion of the world, to Joshua Fabia's car, because if you watch this interview, it looks like they're doing an interview out of a car, like they live in the car. Okay, that's how bad it got for Diego. I think he sent the heavyweight champion of the world, Francis, to go get him, and he was like, "You stay here." He's a big mean dude.
He is rescued.
It's over. It's over for you.
We're gonna get the show started. Do we shout out the voice of God, Mark? Maybe it's your first time watching the Waiting for Trivia show here on YouTube. There is a third man in. His name is Mark. He's the voice of God. He controls the screen you see on the TV, and he has the sexiest voice. Justin and I are the face, but Mark is the voice.
Hey guys, how's it going? I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat, just showing up to this sexy night of streaming. We're going to talk about orgy dolphins. We're going to talk about orgy cicadas.
Orgy heavy.
We're going to talk about
orgy heavy tonight.
We're going to talk about orgy artificial intelligence, and then we're going to finish with orgy UFOs. Get your butter and buckle up.
Yes, yeah, right. Our safe word tonight is cicadas.
Yes. So, what do you want to start? Where do we want to start?
Where are we starting? Are we starting with dolphins to get high on pufferfish, or what?
We are, gentlemen. So this little story was pretty surprising. So, I mean...
Was it, though? I don't think it was surprising.
No, you're right. It wasn't surprising for me at all, because I know the Dolphins, and I don't trust them. They should not be trusted at all, but that's a different story. But apparently Dolphins are getting high on fish toxin. Is it true? Is it false? We don't know.
It's true.
Yeah, we do know that dolphins are extremely rapey. It seems like every comic on the planet has a joke about dolphin rape, it seems now.
Really?
Oh, they do. I think
very much.
Oh, you know what? I have seen some stuff on YouTube about that.
No, listen, they're the Bill Cosby of the ocean. I'm sorry, but
so you think that's what this drug is about now? Maybe they're using this drug in a negative way?
Listen, man. Remember when I came on here and I was like, I'm thinking about doing DMT, and you
Yeah.
guys, one of you was like yes, and one of you was like no. Well,
I
listen,
was yes.
if dolphins are doing psychedelics, I'm doing them, okay? Because dolphins are smart as fuck.
Yeah, dolphins. That's what I mean. I'm like, why are these comics like doing jokes and terrible jokes about dolphins? Then you guys said dolphins shouldn't even exist, and I'm like, no, dolphins are the bros of humans.
No,
If you lived under the sea like the Little Mermaid, Justin, you lived under the sea, you're merman, Justin. You are licking pufferfish to get high.
Yeah, because I'm bored. Like, there's really, I mean, you're just trying to survive, but there's really like not much to do, right? You're like, let's just spice this shit up a bit.
Hey, 100%. You don't have opposable thumbs. You're gonna get high on pufferfish.
You're like, yo, dude, just hear me out. Let's get high on pufferfish and let's go fuck with some tourists.
That would be my life as a dolphin. Now I'm pro dolphin, but I appreciate that Mark is not. He's fearful of the dolphins. I don't know if you guys saw this story, Mark. There was another story of an orca that totally effed up a dolphin in Mexico. It jumped, I don't know, I'm gonna make it up now, like 5 meters into the air and did that orca thing, and just to kill a bottlenose dolphin.
Thank God. That makes me feel good actually to hear that. What was the
just goes to show, man, orcas are the narcs of the sea.
Well, yeah, and dolphins are kind of like the shitty frat boys of the sea, right? What was the documentary? You got that Japanese, because there's a murder of dolphins apparently in Japan, right? Every year.
What?
Yeah.
No, that's a whales or something, isn't it?
No, I think it's dolphins. Am I right, Justin?
Yeah.
It's dolphins, 100%.
Yeah.
So because they have the echolocation, it's really easy to get them. They just bang hammers on metal poles, bring them in. Anyways, this is getting dark.
Well,
it's getting dark.
We can agree to disagree on a lot of stuff, but let's just say that I was the only one applauding at the end of that documentary.
Oh Jesus! Right, so we just got demonetized. That's fine.
Yeah. Way to go, Mark. You demonetized this show now with your crazy take.
100% is 0-0, so no problem.
Okay, well, we know who is not betting on the Miami Dolphins next season, and that is Mark.
Okay, let's go to the chat here. We got some comments in the chat. Are
you telling me all the people in the chat are also anti-Dolphin? I can't even believe I know so many anti-Dolphin people.
Yeah, give us some love in the chat if you're anti-Dolphin.
No, don't do that. Dolphins are majestic.
James says, Justin, tell Jeremy he is awesome on Seafox. All right.
Who said that?
James did. James.
Oh, he never listens.
Yeah, and then JR said, "You just told him, James." And then
thank you, James.
And then James said, "Thought he liked the Bill Cosby of the Ocean" comment. He's on Team Mark. And JR comedy said,
"James was
Dolphins.
My friend, and I lost him."
Yeah, and then JR is just like a lot of the animal kingdoms do use different items in the wild to get high. So Jay, if you knew that, you should have sent us an article.
Yeah, well, we've talked about having Jay on the show, and I think increasingly it's becoming obvious that he needs to come on the show. But it's going to be, I think Jay's show is going to be a special. It's going to be all animal stories.
That's it.
I would love
that on your calendar.
I would love that.
Increase the difficulty on Jay's show, only animals.
All right, Jay, in the chat. So let us know. Animal special only. We should only do that though once we get 100 subscribers to our channel, because
that's a smart idea.
Yeah, the audience will remember that we have promised a hot tub stream with Justin, hot tub or kiddie pool stream. We'll figure it out. If we get to 100 subscribers, we will have a live hot tub stream. The meta is kind of over the Twitch hot tub meta, but not here. We want 100 subscribers.
Hey man, it's not over. We just need to find a new angle. I'm the variant of the hot tub Twitch thing. I'm the Vancouver variant of that.
The New West variant.
The Scottish variant.
I love it.
All right, we are going to continue our animal heavy theme this week. So there's these. I don't even really know what a cicada is. You guys might have to explain it to me. It's a bug, and they live a cyclical lifestyle. I guess they live underground most of their life, and every 17 years they emerge to swarm the world. And apparently a bunch of the cicadas in this next swarm are infected with a hallucinogenic fungus, and it's making them get super high and then turns them into feverish sex fiends.
So let me get this straight. Are you telling me there's an insect that lives for multiple years? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, cicadas.
Okay, that's crazy in itself. But I mean, I think this is one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, right? It goes like, it goes famine, fire, cicada orgy, and then whatever comes
There's a
after.
fourth. Yeah. There's a fourth one. Whatever it is.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
I think it's bizarre, and people eat cicadas. Like that's a thing.
Listen, if insects are doing psychedelic fungus smoking or whatever, I should be doing DMT. It keeps coming back to this. So I'm
It
just
keeps
saying.
coming back. Yeah, we
I'm
get
just
to
saying.
200 subscribers. Justin will do.
On the live stream, we'll just get super.
I don't know.
Well,
Actually, that might be pretty funny. Me and Mark sober, and then you and DMT. That could be good.
Yeah, that would, no,
so
that would
apparently
be
people
a
eat
nightmare.
Cicadas, and I was seeing stories like whether it's safe to eat the cicadas this year if they got like a hallucinogenic fungus, and I was like, no, more people are going to eat them. I'll eat a cicada pie.
Absolutely. And I mean, the article I pulled up here is interesting. It kind of goes on an angle of the story. So they're saying this fungus is actually pushing the cicada sex into hyperdrive, making it so violent that the cicada are dismembered after sex.
Whoa.
Otherwise known as dating someone with borderline personality disorder. So that's I mean you know that I mean that's good sex. If you're losing a leg, right? Usually I know that the sex is good if the mattress is all fucked up and half on the ground. But now if I lose a leg or a limb, I mean that is peak.
It's terrible that Mark's not on camera because I'm just expecting at any moment like a glass to like fly through his apartment. His girlfriend's just like smash him in the head with a glass, and it's like, oh, yeah. I think cicadas are just like a wild animal, truly misunderstood and misappreciated by the public at large.
Listen, I don't know, but Mark has a really weird story about this, and I think this is a good time to bring it up, Mark, because it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What, Mark? You only hinted at this in the text.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys know that I like to supposedly talk about conspiracies. I only talk about true things. I never talk.
Yeah, we
about
only talk
bullshit.
about true facts on the show.
Right.
Conspiracy facts.
We're talking about cicadas. I can make a conspiracy out of anything. Did you guys know that there is a deep state internet cult called Cicada 3301, and they are essentially a cult, a deep state cult run by deep elements of the CIA, and they have a recruitment tactic where what they did is they posted an image on the image board called 4chan. So if you know 4chan, it's like the underbelly of the internet.
Wait, so the CIA was like going on there to recruit?
Absolutely, and they said
okay,
and they said we want to find the smartest people out there, and they
went to 4chan. Okay,
they went to 4chan and they said in this image there is a secret message, and someone figured out that if they took the image file and posted all the garbled up code of the image into like a notepad, there was a message in there with a URL going to another link, and there was a succession of around like something like 15 extremely difficult puzzles where at the end if you succeeded, you would be recruited by this deep state cult called Cicada 3301. And and there are rumors that they are still operating to this day by dropping hints on these different deep image boards that only kind of nerds and nerdy internet dark web people will find. And this is how they recruit. They try to find the best and the brightest this way. So the Cicada 3301 deep state cult, and that was an instant conspiracy by Mark.
I would do it so differently. I would be like, okay, there's a series of links and puzzles, and if you get to the end, I'd be like, you're a nerd, we're not hiring you.
Yeah, sorry, your time is up. I just love that you can make it. I just love that you can make a cult out of anything, and I just think that's what people do now. We just we're so bored that we take a side. Trump support or super left this or whatever. Now people are like, these aren't fun anymore. Let's just do crazy cults.
100%. MAGA's boring. Antifa boring.
Yeah, no.
Cicada cult.
Yes, and eventually some dude's gonna take control of it and then fuck everyone's wife. Every cult goes. Sorry, your kids are in the room, aren't they? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they're playing video games. I would be definitely I'd definitely be on my first day in Cicada 033. I'd be like, so when do we eat mushroom cicadas?
Yes, and also stay away from my wife.
Yeah, do I bring my own drugs or do you supply?
Yeah, no, you got to supply. If you're that's how you get them. That's how you get them. That's why you look like God.
No, I
'cause
want
you
the
give 'em to
good
them.
CIA drugs.
Yes, you give it to them, and then you don't do it a few times,
I
and then
only
they're like,
want
"This guy
drugs
makes
that
sense."
Mark has never heard of.
A drug that I have never heard of, or a cult I've never heard of.
If I was in a Pentagon bunker, I'd be like, you better have drugs that my friend Mark has never heard of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are lots. There's great, awesome designer drugs out there that I'm sure only a few people in the world have heard of. Do you guys? There's another story here, and I mean, this involves the state again, and it's kind of weird. I'm very suspicious here.
No, this is dumb. Yeah, no, this is a good story, but it's so dumb.
Okay, so there's a state in the U.S., I believe it was Ohio. Ohio. So they are doing a giveaway, a $1 million giveaway to 5 lucky people for getting the COVID vaccine.
I'm okay. First off, I'm just like, if you're at a point in your life where I need to give you free French fries to get a life-saving vaccine, I'm just like, maybe, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just like, maybe you shouldn't get the vaccine. It's so crazy.
Okay, can I just say something? This is my hot take of the week. Okay?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not anti-vax. I'm pro-vax. I'm do your thing. But here's the thing. If you don't want to take the vaccine, then don't take it. I'm not going to sweat you over it. It's your decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
totally think people should get vaccinated. But here's the thing. When you indecent proposal me to get the vaccine, I start to fucking question shit. Okay.
100%. It's actually
sorry.
it's a missed message from the government.
I'm sorry. You're going to give me how much to take this thing?
Yeah.
So what's it going to do to me? I don't know, man. Can we talk about it? What kind am I getting? And people are like, just get it. Just get it. What do you even know? Just get it. It's all safe. Like, well, hold on a second. $1 million. Like, I've been offered a lot less money to do a lot worse things. So,
and then what if I'm like, what if I'm like anti-vax? And then I'm like, well, I'm going to do it for the $1 million. And then I lose. Then I got the stupid, you tricked me. I'm just like, so the $1 million is one thing. Like, I guess, like it's one of those spooky things where it's like, you're going to get it or you're going to not. Who is the person that was going to not, but then will get it now because of this lottery? But the lottery at least is $1 million. What was the one I saw in New York? It was like you could get free French fries. And I was like, wow, you're going to give me $2 worth of French fries? Like, I wasn't going to get the vaccine because I have, I don't know, beliefs. But the free French fries are going to erase everything that science and knowledge couldn't? Like, what? What kind of messaging is that?
Bill de Blasio is going down as the world's worst mayor ever. Right? He's just so out of touch, and he's like the most awkward dude. And he's like, hey, if you get pricked, then you get whatever stupid rhyming. He takes a bite of this burger, which you can't even bite the burger. It drips down, and he hands it off.
That press conference was so gross. I hate Tucker Carlson. I think that guy's such a piece of shit. Like 99.8% of the time. But him roasting De Blasio, what's the guy's name? De Blasio or whatever.
De Blasio,
eating in the press conference, but like he's mic'd up, right? So he's like, well, you guys can't, I don't have a proper mic, but it's like he's eating into the microphone in this press conference. And it was the most like it made you itchy to listen to him. And I'm like, you are not selling me on these fries. You are not selling me on the vaccine.
Look, man, that's fine. I get it because in the US, they're running like they're buying these vaccines. They got them and they're expiring, and people aren't getting them anymore. So I get they got to do it, but $1 million,
send them to me, man.
Like,
I'll take.
It seems fishy. It's almost like it gets because I grew up broke, right? Like not poor, but broke, and you can't separate me from my money. You know what I mean? So when you offer me like weird amounts of money for something, I'm like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. Right?
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I do agree. I just think it's just like a weird mixed messaging. It's like I should get the vaccine. Like, why do you need to trick me or have a contest or give me free French fries or whatever? Right? Like, I don't know. I got the vaccine the other day and it hurt my arm. And that was about it. I got a headache. I got a light headache at the end of the night. At the end of the day. Now I feel great.
Well,
Wonderful.
there you go. And you know what? You're doing your part. In the chat, John White says plot twist. It turns into 10 BuzzFeed quizzes. Oh, he's talking about that cult test.
Oh, yeah. See, exactly. Going through all that clicking, and then you're just like, wait a minute. How much information are you taking from me?
JR Comedy says 12 to 17-year-olds can now win a chance to get a scholarship. I guess that's alluding to. So I shouldn't.
Oh yeah, it's probably the same thing with the vaccines, right? The 12 to 17-year-olds.
Yeah. Matt Baker, your brother's in the house.
Oh!
Matt, hello.
Hello.
He said yellow dog. I'd put that in a pint glass, Jeremy. Only heathens drink from a can.
Oh, my brother works at Yellow Dog.
Oh, really? Does he?
Yeah.
Let him
you
know.
don't like Yellow Dog, Mark? Don't even.
No, I love Yellow Dog. I get
Good,
super
right
fucking
answer.
wasted off their IPA. The IPA.
That's the right answer.
I wake up with my pants on backwards when I take that IPA.
I want Jay to ban anyone that besmirches Yellow Dog in the chat.
That's right. Any bad talk about Yellow Dog mods, just ban immediately. Ban immediately.
Listen, Jess just said out loud angrily, she goes, "Hey Matt, you can't get sponsors if you drink it out of a glass." Yeah, I love you. I love you, babe.
That lady's got a mind for business.
All right,
I
I
love
like
it.
You know,
Hey, Jeremy.
She's talking. Yo.
Jeremy, label out.
All right, sorry. This is a good
There
one.
you go.
Taste my
All right,
tail.
this next story is hilarious. Mark, why don't you cue it up, buddy?
Right. So, I mean, this is a story out of China, I believe, gentlemen. So, a rich Chinese businessman bought a soccer team, and
like a pro team.
It's like a secondary league pro team, quote unquote pro team. So, if you guys watch football or soccer, you know that there's many different leagues, many different tiers.
Watch a little Ted Lasso in a day.
There you go. So, this rich businessman bought a soccer team and forced them to play his son. Specifically, his son, who is 277 pounds of electricity.
I like that. 277 pounds of electricity. I mean, obviously you're rich, and we've talked about how the billionaires will buy themselves super yachts and stuff. And it's like, yeah, dude, buy yourself a super yacht. Be a normal rich guy.
Yeah, well,
would you be so mad if this was your team? You'd be so angry.
Well, look, I'm playing some video here of the players, and you can see that it's not going too well. I mean, and everybody's all the players are pretending, because I think this is China. Everybody's scared they're going to get their heads cut off if they look, some.
Oh yeah, I mean, even it doesn't even matter if this is China. If this was in the U.S., you'd be like, well, you want to get paid, right? The boss says you gotta play with his kid. The worst would be is if the owner was also like, and he will score 7 goals this game, and you're like, oh Jesus.
No, just think what has happened in your life that you are a grown man and your daddy buys you a soccer team so you can play professional soccer player. Okay, what has happened in this kid's life? This guy is softer than 2-ply. Okay, this guy's softer than my baby's shit. Okay, I'm telling you right now.
I want to give the kid I don't know how old the person is. If they're an adult, I'll smash on them. If they're a kid, I won't. But if this person had any self-respect, they'd be like, thanks, Dad, but no, thank you.
Basically, what's happening is this kid.
Oh, sorry. I'd just be like, Dad, if you are concerned about me getting bullied, this makes it worse.
No, this guy's playing, and if you watch this clip on your own, guys, you listen to the music, it's so perfect because the guy's not even trying. He's like barely trying, and he messes up and gives the ball away. And then he looks at his kids, he's like, what'd you do? And it's like, because he knows that if anyone complains, his dad will have him executed. Like, there's literally that level of this going on. And it's so funny to see this guy so entitled, and he's not a professional player. The whole game is basically rigged. Like, no one tries to check him, really.
You know what? They gotta make a movie or a TV show about this, because this is actually very funny. Like the whole premise. If you were to pitch this to me as a TV show, Justin, I'd be like, we can't make this because it's too dumb. No one would believe it.
Imagine this. Okay, imagine this. Who's the richest family in Canada right now? Like someone who owns Walmart or something like that, right?
Sure.
Okay. So imagine the owner of Walmart, right, has this dumpy 27-year-old, 285-pound son. He's like, I don't know what to do with this kid, right? So he's like, what if I bought the What if I bought the Whitecaps? What if I bought the Whitecaps and made them play him? We'd all be like, what the fuck is going on right now?
You would think the MLS would step in.
Right. But then imagine you think, if I don't cheer for this guy, Justin Trudeau's going to send a kill squad through my living room.
Oh,
you have to do it. Right. And we're like, this is real. This is real. This is real.
This is real. Yeah.
So
oh man, the editorials written by all the soccer guys about it would be so embarrassing. It would be the worst.
Yeah, man. All I know is that I don't know. This we got to keep an eye on this one.
What is the name of the team? Can you? I can't read. It's too small for you. What was the name of the team? Maybe we should get jerseys.
Oh my God!
Let me
Can
look
we
it
order
up here.
jerseys?
I mean, that would be awesome. That would be awesome to order some jerseys from there.
We're gonna get his number
Next
too.
show, the three of us are all like on camera wearing our matching like second tier Chinese soccer league jerseys.
So
Oh my God! Plot twist.
So the name of the team is called Zibo Kuju. Zibo
Oh, that's
Kuju.
a good name.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, I'll look it up online. I'll see. I mean, if there's
Let's see. We'll look into it. Maybe we can do like a merch crossover or something.
maybe it could be like maybe we need a sponsorship. You know.
Yeah.
What
I mean, this would be the only game that you would win by scoring turnovers. You know.
Oh yeah. The other team is like, oh man, we let them score 7. Awesome, good work, guys.
Listen, JR in the comments, I'm laughing so hard at it. He goes, I'd believe Air Bud before this is a movie. JR, I love you, buddy. That's awesome.
That's a good one, Jay. I love it.
This is real. This is a real thing.
This
You
is
go
a
to the
real
game,
thing.
have to clap. It's crazy. All
I
right.
watched Angels in the outfield. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. And then you watch this, and you're like, no, this is crazier.
All right, this next story, I'm super pumped. Mark, do you mind if I bring it in? I just feel like I relate to it. All right, so this next story is crazy to me because I've been to games like this. I've been to parties like this. And
like a night
awesome.
Myrtle Beach Pelicans, they're a minor league baseball team. They had $1 beer nights, and those beers were poured into a glass baseball bat, pint glass, right? They're beautiful. I don't know, Mark, if
They
you
look
have,
awesome.
Mark, if you can bring up what they look like. But they were only $1, right? There you go.
Oh yeah, 33-ounce beer for $1.
33-ounce beer.
In South
So
Carolina.
that's like
Who
2.5
thought that
pints.
was a good idea?
No, sorry. That's two full pints for
Yeah,
$1. So,
Yeah, what's this beer I got here is whatever it is.
okay, let me explain something.
500 milliliters.
Let me explain something to you. We have a stadium. We have a baseball stadium in New Westminster at Queen's Park, right?
Yeah.
If there was a minor league baseball team in that stadium and they sold us 50-cent pints that came in glass baseball bats, there would be a baseball fight in 1 hour. Like, you would take 1 hour. I would be 20 beers deep, and I'd be like, hit me over the head with that bat.
When I saw the story, I was like, well, those are I just assumed they were plastic. And when Justin was like, oh man, if this was me and my buds, we'd be having a glass baseball bat fight. I had to reread the story and like do a spit take. I'm like, glass for $1?
Yes, man. Listen, I went and played in an international men's tournament up in like Grand Forks or whatever, like a legit tournament after college with my buddies. They called me up. Hadn't played baseball in like 4 or 5 years. And they had this beer garden that was in the stands, right? And every time we drank, we would collect our beer mugs, our cups, and we started to make a beer snake from row 1 to row 30. And the whole stadium got behind it, and we were having a great time. And every time someone chugged a beer and put it on the beer snake, they get celebrated. Like the whole stadium.
Yeah, that's so wicked.
Now give me 20 beer glass bats, and I will put on a show. I'll start juggling them, and then I'll break them over my head like I'm mankind from WWE, and just blood. And I get hepatitis.
We'll be like, man, Justin really loves baseball.
So I love this story, Mark. So we're getting that team jersey. Can we also try to purchase one of those bats?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have Myrtle
let's
Beach
find
Pelican jerseys. We're gonna have Chinese second-tier soccer jerseys. My brother, is Matt still in the chat? I don't know, but years ago, me and Matt, we went to a Las Vegas Wranglers ECHL hockey team. You know, before they got the Golden Knights, they were in, so not the AHL, but the league below that, second tier hockey.
Sorry, I'm just losing the.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. So continue.
So,
finish your story.
Me and Matt and this other buddy of ours, we go to a game, you know, in Vegas. We're there to party, and they have large beer. We're there to party. We're like, give us 3 large beers. And the lady working's like, no, we don't have larges. And we're like, we're in Vegas. We're at a party. What do you mean you don't have larges? She's like, sorry, we only have small. LOL. And so we're like, fine, whatever. Fucking give us a small beer. And she's like, that'll be $3 for 3 beers. It was Buck beer night. And I didn't even know that was a thing in professional sports. Like, I was like, how is there not 5,000 fistfights? You know what I mean? Like, this is incredible. But anyway, that was the best hockey game I've ever been to. ECHL in Las Vegas at the Orleans Casino on Buck Beer Night.
Yeah, and weird that, it would be on Buck Beer Night, not that people are going to have any control. But I just want to get to the chat real quick because JR saying that the $1 beer is fake news. He said they were actually $15.
Oh.
That's
So-
no, but it said a buck in the article, like a bunch
He
of
said it
times.
in the
Yeah, it
article,
did.
man. So, and now I'm going to tell you this one thing right now.
Maybe it was
Give me
15 for the glass and a
Listen.
buck for the beer.
Two full pints, $15 is still a pretty good deal. And if you give me that beautiful glass bat cup, I'm still going to buy 20 of them. And the glass bat fight's still going to happen. So you can't kill this story. This story has legs.
Yeah, you can't say. I would say probably the only thing was maybe you had to buy the bat for $1 million, and then you get your beer for $1, or I don't know.
Yeah, usually it's like that.
You know what? We're doing this.
Can you imagine the announcer like, oh, bottom of the third, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and it looks like the left side of the stadium is blacking out. We are blacking out, folks. Oh, yes. Sir.
Yeah, or the announcer will come on and just be like, attention, audience, can you please stop throwing your beer bats at the players? Like, how is that a thing?
No, cops show up. It's just a bloodbath. Just a goddamn
blood
knife fight.
everywhere. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's
What
like 4
happened?
days from
It was
now,
only
I'm still
$1.
picking glass fragments out of the side of my eye, and just so thankful I didn't sever my cornea.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's only one
Oh,
person
God.
left alive. It's like, what happened here? And the person can't speak. They're just like they've seen some shit, you know? They got those
Taller beers, man.
They
Taller beers.
They got those Vietnam eyes on them. Like, oh, you don't want to know.
Yeah, 100-yard stare.
Just know that I won.
That's how this is how the purge started, man. This is how the purge started.
All right, next story. Sports. We got a lot of sports tonight.
Well,
Yeah.
we started hard with orgies into animals, so
Yeah, we did kind of blow our orgy load pretty early on, but
pretty early in the show.
so to speak, YouTube. Don't make me
Okay,
write you
what's
a
up
check.
next in sport?
So the next story, you guys are going to have to illuminate me because I'm not a hockey guy. As far as I'm concerned, hockey is made up like wrestling. But anyway, they say here the Canucks ownership reportedly courting the Sedin twins for front office roles. Specifically, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're looking to make them the GMs of the
No, I think
Canucks. President? Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Okay,
Yeah, well, what happened was the whole Canucks Twitter melted down. I mean, it melts down pretty much every 36 hours at this point. So they were just outraged, or I guess everyone believed or had a collective dream that Benny was going to get fired, even though there was no news saying that was going to happen. And then when it didn't happen, everyone lost their minds. And then the news right after that was that the Canucks were talking to the Sedins. And I think they just kind of pissed people off more.
Yeah,
I love
let
the
me.
Sedins. I want them to work for the Canucks. Not right now.
Okay, so let's just break this down here. The problem that the Canucks are having is their owner. Their owner is the problem. He wants to have his hand in the cookie jar and he wants to make decisions. Hire the people to make the decisions. The only decisions you should be making as an owner is how much money do I want to spend. That's the only decision that you should make, Francesco. Okay, buddy, you're busy. Your head's in the clouds with your divorce and all your issues with your businesses elsewhere and all that stuff. Let them do their jobs. Jim Benning's not doing that bad of a job. Just stay out of it. Now you bring in this story about the Sedins when Jim Benning doesn't even know if he's back.
Yeah, it's
So now you have the
terrible.
Sedins coming in on bad terms.
Yeah,
right?
we love the Sedins. Let us love the
Yeah.
Sedins.
Don't
Don't
ruin
do
this.
the
You ruined
Sedins
Trevor
like you did to
Linden.
Trevor Linden.
Trevor Linden was right. Trevor Linden wanted to wait.
Trevor Linden was
like,
right.
we need to.
That's
he
your
was
next
right. I mean,
hashtag.
So you know
Your
what?
next hashtag.
I like that hashtag, by the way.
Yeah.
Aquilini wanted to speed things up to make money because he's greedy, and then Trevor said, "No, we need to keep going the way we're going." And then he went below Trevor and said, "Hey, Jim, do you think we could speed this up?" And Jim's like, "Yes?" Question
Yeah,
mark.
of course. Well, if you dangle this awesome job in front of me, of course,
Right.
I'd
So-
probably do the same.
And then Trevor walked like a dude whose girl cheated on him. He's like, "See ya."
Yeah.
No hard feelings.
But with his head, yeah.
Peace.
No
Head
hard
held high.
thank you for the time we shared. I'm done.
Exactly. Just
I like
betrayed.
Trevor.
But with his head held high, came back for the Sedin jersey retirement because he's got class, pure class. Hashtag Linden pure class.
Yeah.
That's another hashtag. But the Sedins to come in like this, we love them. Don't put them in this position. When a team is on a bad situation, it's a tough situation the Canucks are in. You don't want to go with a brand new president or GM or whatever. And also, we talked about this off air. What would happen if they didn't agree? What, are you gonna pay them both? Like you have two GMs? Like you're gonna pay double for a GM?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We talked about this before. Like, how many people do you need to make the wrong or right decision?
Yeah, man. So I don't like it. But and then like, oh, they'll just come in as an advisory. They're gonna work alongside him. So Jim now is going to train his replacements for the next 2 years. How is that going to be healthy for the team?
Yeah,
It's
well,
stupid. It's stupid.
I'm totally in for the Sedin's obviously being part of the Canucks. It's just like, what's the role and why now? And the team feels like a tire fire. What was the one joke I saw today? It was a woman that works for Canucks Army, you know me, one of the Canucks blogs, and she was like, if the Canucks got a team dog, it would fix the franchise. And I was like, yeah, that's what the Canucks need. You need a team dog. Let's just start there.
We're just too progressive here.
We need to lower the temperature on this team a little bit. Let's just enjoy the summer and let's circle back in the fall.
Let's just, I don't know. I don't know.
I did read today, what's his name? Rick Dhaliwal said that the Canucks are close to re-signing Green, which makes me, I like Green, so I was like, right on.
Green needs to stay. The fact that he even wants to after being sweated it by his ownership.
If he stays, I want to hug him.
Yeah, man, because
after COVID.
He's done a great job, and the ownership said, we're not making any decisions, we're not commenting, all the way to the end of the year. Why would you do that to a man who's got a family, needs to stay somewhere, COVID, have to move? It just doesn't make sense to me, and I hate it. And as a Canucks fan, a diehard fan, who has to just turn Facebook off this year when the comedians are chirping me about it. I don't know why you would do that.
I find all the comedians are not Canucks fans; they're all Leafs and Habs fans.
Which, by the way, so this is going to be a new segment that we're going to have every time a Canadian team is out. We are going to make fun of several comedians from Vancouver that have been chirping me all year about the Canucks. Alex Sparling, I'm coming for you. Yaz Ali, you're not a comedian, but I still love you, but I'm coming for you. Andy Canetti, Kevin Fox, mark it down, write it down. It's a killer.
We can't come at Fox yet.
Coming after you.
Montreal looked pretty good today, so Fox gets a break.
None of them are beating the American teams, and I'm coming for you because guess what? You've all chirped me so much that now I hate every Canadian hockey.
You don't think the Canadian teams can beat the Americans, but if Montreal gets hot, Tyler Toffoli will put that team on his back.
No, why? I'm with Jay in the. I'm with
former
Jay in the
all-time
chat.
Vancouver Canuck Tyler Toffoli will take the Habs to the glory.
No, I'm with Jay in the chat. I love Ovechkin, and Jay is a huge Caps.
I like Ovechkin.
I'd rather see the Caps win than see let any Canadian team win. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, where am I? I think I'm like in. I mean, I weirdly love the Islanders, and I weirdly love. I like Vegas. Fuck it, I like Vegas. I want Vegas to win.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
What did you say? What did you say? I missed that.
No, he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything.
What did I say?
No,
I didn't say wrong.
You
I
said
like the Islanders. I like Vegas.
Oh, what? You serious? Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Mark Stone is a fucking legend.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You're so cheap. You're so cheap. You're so bougie. I'm so.
You're lucky.
I feel betrayed.
You're lucky. I'm not even wearing a Golden Knights jersey. I almost bought one like 7 times.
We'll end this whole thing. No, I won't do it. It's in my rider. It's in my rider. You're not allowed. I swear to God. I swear to God.
I'm getting a Mark Stone jersey.
Talk to him.
I just put up a technical difficulties stream. I'm sorry
I come back and I'm like got an ice pack on my eye.
I swear to God.
Actually, I hope Colorado wins.
I'm literally heated. Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on. All right. Colorado out of the West. How about that? Can you handle that?
Yep. Yeah. I'm cool with that.
All right. If it's not Vegas, I'll take Colorado and New York Islanders. There's my.
All right, that's
cup.
fair. This is why we get along so well.
All right. Well, now I'm really. I was in Vegas on Mark Stone's first game, and I was just not drunk enough to buy a jersey right then.
Okay, that's great, Mark Stone. Good for you, bud.
He's fucking awesome.
Oh my God. Okay. Can we just tell the next story?
I'm gonna put a stop to this. How's the chat going? Do we have enough likes on the stream?
A lot of Golden Knights fans rallying to me right now.
Do you guys like the Golden Knights? I had to put a stop to this. I might have to put technical difficulties up again if this goes on. Mr. Doopy way earlier said Don Cherry is available. I think he would be useful for this conversation. JR Comedy says this is the downfall of the show. I mean, maybe this might be this might be the beginning of the end. As the playoffs continue, this might get dirty. I wanted to ask you guys for these because I do know the comics that like the Leafs. Who the fuck likes the Leafs? By the way, the Golden Knights is one thing. Okay, it's one thing, but the fucking Leafs is like completely unforgivable, in my opinion. They should show up for a full dressing down. If Sparling or Fox or whatever wants to come on the show, it's to be
Fox
dressed
is a
down.
Montreal guy.
Yeah, he is a Montreal
You
guy.
know what? Sparling might be good, but he's so volatile. Like he's just so volatile. But maybe we can give his side hustle
We're already
sandwich a shout out.
demonetized. Every show gets demonetized in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna reach out to Alex.
Yeah,
All
reach
right,
out
let's
to
move on to the
Alex.
next story. We all hate Golden Knights except for me.
All right, let's.
This next story's crazy too.
It is a
though.
crazy
It's
story.
a good one.
Yeah,
kind
so
of.
there's
I mean,
video.
it's scary and super shitty, but then it is awesome.
Absolutely, if you're a parent, I mean, this is gonna. This is
It's like a
definitely-
nightmare
It
scenario.
is a nightmare. Absolutely, there's a video coming out of an 11-year-old girl that's got kidnapped in broad daylight. So
Almost kidnapped.
almost kidnapped. That's right. So she
like the horror story that you hear about, but it never happens.
like the candy vans this is
Oh yeah,
this
exactly.
is the real deal over here.
This is
So
like some sicko stopped his SUV and tried to snatch an 11-year-old at the bus stop, and she fought him off.
Yeah, man.
Are you able to play the
Listen.
video?
Can you play?
Oh yeah, hit it.
Okay,
Man.
you play the video. I'm gonna commentate on this. So, this is why I'm putting my daughter in jiu-jitsu when she's 4. Look, this guy comes
Look
right. The
at
girl
this
doesn't
guy.
hesitate.
He goes
Takes
full
off.
on her. Oh, what the hell's he doing? Why didn't you stop when he got awesome? Okay, so he's fighting her.
Oh, that's the clip. It cuts back, but it'll come back.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Right.
So this is like at first when I talked about this on the radio, a lot of people text me up after and they're like, "Why were people filming?" And I was like, "I don't think it was. I think it was a secure. Like it looks like it's like someone's like a doorbell cam or whatever captured it,
yep, that's
and it only takes seconds. He like full on like football player like tries to run at her and grab her, and he's 30-year-old grown man.
yeah. There's a lot of odd things happening.
Okay, but let me explain this. As an 11-year-old girl, she sees him coming and she doesn't hesitate. She turns and runs. She gets caught, but then she fights, she kicks, she trips him.
She goes limp.
She kicks him. She goes limp to try and be dead weight. Then she kicks him, trips him. But she was playing with slime. Kids love slime right now.
Slime.
And I was just at a birthday party with kids. They were all playing with slime, right? So she's playing, and she had wherewithal to grab his pant leg and rub slime on him on purpose, so that when she told the police he's gonna have slime on his right leg, they found him and he had slime on his right leg. And they asked her, "You're 11. Like, how did you do this?" And she goes, "Well, because I just remember because I watched Law and Order SVU all the time, and I learned to like keep like a whatever." And I was like, "What an amazing 11-year-old! What a hero! Like she's a universal soldier." This is why I'm going to put my daughter in jiu-jitsu when she's 4 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, this is why my daughter's going to be the next Jean-Claude Van Damme with like a chip in her brain and just jiu-jitsuing pedophiles who try to fuck with her. Okay, and this is why because
crazy.
it's already happening, and I think it's amazing. And then I thought, after all that amazing thought, I'm like, who's letting their 11-year-old watch Law and Order SVU?
On paper, I would be the same, but I'm like, wow, that really paid off, Mom. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah.
That worked.
No, but it's like, honey, quick, come! There's a sexual assault happening.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
Are you playing with your dolls? Come into the other room and watch this.
It's super adult stuff. She's gonna testify against her attacker. It's just
This
weird, but
story
look, it
is
worked
so
out.
bonkers. And I mean, it's in Florida, and the part of the modern world is like we're able to like beam in these crazy stories from all over the world. So it's like, is that this could happen anywhere, right? It could happen in Florida, it happened there. But I mean, the fact that this girl, like, she just totally dominated this guy. It's like, this dude is terrible. He's a pedophile. He is evil.
Well, he's gonna get his, Jeremy. So
He'll
he
get
got
into jail. And not only that, on top of all of that, he was foiled by an 11-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yes.
At the end of the day.
So I think we all learned a lesson here, and that is 11-year-olds are much more capable than we realized. Let's start training them early. Let's get them in that Krav Maga when they're like 3 or 4 years old.
Oh, I think if there's a next election, it's going to be like, vote for Bill Jones, 100 years old. Vote for Cheryl Jones, 1,000 years old. And there'll be an 11-year-old running. I'm like, I'll vote for the 11-year-old.
Listen, you guys can all wait for creeps on the bus at 11 o'clock at night to do better. In the meantime, I'm going to train my daughter how to triangle choke them if they ever put a fucking finger on them.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that was fucking wild. I mean, that was just
if your
crazy.
if your 8-year-old girl's not doing Jean-Claude Van Damme splits, she's vulnerable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, our key here is to get our show monetized. That way, Justin can afford jujitsu.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they should by 10. They should have won their first Bloodsport tournament. Otherwise, they're just gonna get chewed up by nature here.
Yeah.
All right,
MJ is out there, fucking Mortal Kombat 4. Come here.
I can't wait. She's gonna get a black belt when she's 4. I love it.
She's just like, finish him, rips her head off,
Yeah,
and then Justin's like, "That's my
Make
daughter."
sure MJ, Justin, make sure MJ learns the Sub-Zero fatality. The Sub-Zero fatality.
She does the Sub-Zero fatality,
yes.
and Justin and Jess are high fiving.
So this is not just the ripping a person's head off. The spine has to come out too. So I know it's a little technical, but please,
very technical.
I see what you're both doing. You're heckling me here, but I'm gonna be honest with
you.
We're
not heckling at all. That's awesome.
No, for real. I taught her a single leg takedown yesterday. It took me 10 minutes. Okay, so just let you know she's 2.5. Okay, but she will take you down.
The baby boy is like, "Dad, why did you teach her this?"
100%. You're in trouble.
Dad,
Tice.
you're the worst.
You're in trouble, Tice.
All right. Couple of comments here. So JR, thank you, by the way. He gave our chat a little bit of a warning because it is shocking video. It is super, like, I mean, I'm a little bit of a softie. It is shocking video. So if you're a parent, I mean, it's a complete nightmare. But thank you, Jay, for giving our audience a little warning there. And he says it's a brilliant kid. I completely agree. Vera Bobo says, thank you, Dick Wolf.
Dick Wolf.
Dick Wolf is the producer of Law and Order.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, right? Thank you, Dick Wolf.
That's awesome.
That is some funny shit.
Just marking them with slime. I hate slime. And now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, my kids should carry slime with them.
All right, we got a little banter in the chat here, boys. Kevin Hank says, speaking of little kids, why does Jeremy look like he's 11? What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Because he's blessed genetically. That's why.
Blessed, because I have eye serum. I think that's why.
JR says it's
little
better.
CBD under my eyes.
Oh yeah. JR says it's better than watching Kardashians and all the other crap. Oh, I suppose.
Yes.
James Holflitzer Reed says if my older brother saw that happen in person, that sicko would have been dead. I mean, what's your older brother got to do with this? What would your
older brother a superhero? Is he everywhere? Like, come on.
What would you do?
His older brother would beat the shit out of that guy and protect him.
Okay.
I mean, well, was her older brother there? I guess wasn't clear on that part of the story.
What would your uncle do? Let us know what your uncle do. Kevin, and then
if I was a medieval knight, I would have chopped his head off.
And then Kevin says Jeremy looks like that cherry who steps on a motor his first day in Vietnam.
A mortar.
A mortar.
Oh, a mortar. No. You know what? I'm that guy that bumbles along the whole time, and all the veterans are like, we got to keep him alive. He's going to die. But then I survived the whole war, and they're all dead.
Jeremy,
I'm like that dude in Saving Private Ryan, the German translator.
I see you more in Full Metal Jacket. You should have like a helmet that says "Born to Kill" on it, Jeremy. I think it would really look good.
I think that Jeremy looks like that guy in Platoon who signed up because he was going to convince everyone to stop doing war.
I joined the army
exactly
to stop the army.
He's walking around with a flower. He's fighting Charlie with flowers.
I'm the guy when we're in the safe space. I'm like, hey Sergeant, try this pufferfish.
I'm gonna shoot logic at them.
It's like, guys, we need to talk this out.
Yeah,
Charlie, can we talk?
Charlie.
It's hilarious. All right, what's the next? Okay, that perfectly goes into what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So the Air Force, we're talking about war. This next story is about the Air Force has successfully flown a test run in a fighter jet, a war machine, with AI that they created. Let me explain.
So it's not a drone. This is
it's
like
not
next
a drone.
level. Okay.
It's next level where the computer is a personality now. It's a grown, developed, can't delete it personality. Okay.
Right.
And it now knows how to fly bomber jets, like spy planes. Here's the thing. If you were to tell me that we were going to do this thing, this AI thing that's happening, that's going to happen, that's cool. I kind of came to terms with that, right? But if you were to tell me the first thing we were going to do is give them the fucking weapons, I'd be like, what is wrong with you? Can we get them to like serve me dinner first, like clean my apartment or like, park my car?
Why don't they do awesome things? Make them do awesome things first, and then let's do the war thing after.
Make them wash my house or my car. How about that?
Can we have sex with them first? Like, can we, let them?
Yeah.
Like anything, like literally anything other than bomb us. Can they do anything but bomb us, please?
And I know
what's the name of the AI, Mark? It's got the craziest name.
It is called Skyborg. So
what the
well,
let's take Skynet and the Borg.
I mean,
the
it's
two worst robots ever.
It's too much. I mean, I don't know if they're doing it ironically, but
they're doing it to troll us.
This irony is quickly turning into hubris. I mean,
1,000%.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to find like more innocuous names for this shit because Skyborg is a little on the nose, if you ask me.
I prefer the 1984 doublespeak. Call it like safety friend. You know what I mean? Like just lie to me at this point. Don't call it Skyborg. Call the AI safety friend, and then I'll be like, oh, that sounds cool.
I've never seen anyone like so willingly create something that will clearly destroy them in like 14 years.
Why are we doing this?
Here's the keys, buddy. Like we just handed the keys to the palace over. We're just like, yeah, figure it out. Here, you got the codes. Come on in. It's just craziness. I don't know why you couldn't just drone these planes. I don't know why you had to have an AI who makes all the decisions.
Yeah, we're already really bad at dropping bombs on people. We already miss most of the time. Why are we going to make it harder?
Yeah, I just think that this is literally, Kevin Hanks said they're just going out of their way to create Decepticons. This is literally some Transformer shit. Like this is,
which would be rad if we also invented Transformers. Here's the problem I'm having in the modern world. We're creating the villains. We're creating Decepticons. We're creating supervillains. We haven't made one superhero yet. We need to get on that.
Absolutely.
All I know.
Someone get bit by a spider, please. Like
someone.
No, that's why Russia and China are making monkey humans, right? Like those are gonna battle the cyborgs.
Those are not gonna be heroes either. I was hoping a Pfizer shot was gonna give me powers.
Yes.
But instead, Kevin Fox said I'm gonna step on a mortar and die.
Yes, with a flower in your hand
instead of a rifle. In my hand, saying, "Let's talk this out."
JR Comedy says, "Just call him Goose." Yeah, you know what? I feel like if you did, AI would just bomb your house, and then they'd be like, "Oops, test run."
Yeah, is Skyborg gonna fucking play some shirtless volleyball?
Skyborg is the best name for a band.
I mean,
holy moly, I wish I thought of that.
No, they should be. I hope they, if they can kill and fly and do all this stuff, I hope they can play shirtless volleyball on the beach. Playing grab ass with the boys.
The robots are out there. Like...
I mean, if they want the full fighter pilot thing, I mean, they better be able to slam back beers and play some shirtless volleyball, fucking high-fiving the boys. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, man. Yeah, they would be so good at volleyball too, right? So good.
No, the AI is going to be playing Pong. He's like, you guys aren't that smart.
God.
You're not that smart, AI.
That's hilarious.
They're caving, they're caving Tom Cruise's faces in with spiking volleyballs off the net. So that's what I want to see out of my AI.
I love it. All right, what's the next one, Marky?
Are we on to UFO talk finally?
I mean, we're at the end of the show, gentlemen. It's 10 p.m. Pacific, and I want to thank everybody, by the way, for everybody in the audience, all our mods, everybody that's watching right now. You guys are fucking awesome. JR says Top Gun 2, Chappie and Cruise.
I was thinking Chappie. JR, get out of my head. I was thinking Chappie the whole time. I knew I was saying.
Oh, you taking the out of your head before you get to Sam. That was a good one.
Chappie.
Kevin Hanks says, "Fuck this shit. I don't even trust my Roomba."
Right? Oh my God! I don't trust any of this stuff.
Oh, fuck, man.
All right, let's end with some UFOs. Actually, Mark, can you start with your story about crashing a UFO podcast?
Oh, you want me to start with that?
Yeah, start with that. If we have time, we'll talk UFOs.
We'll end with that.
All right. So our audience, I mean, we've had some elements in the audience here that have been very skeptical about UFOs. And I mean,
what?
Yeah, we've had people that I think people have a tendency to laugh at UFOs and stuff, but
not on this show.
Not on this show, and
they're facts.
They're gonna get left in the dust. So, and Jeremy, I remember that you did get some feedback about the show a little while back, saying that I won't show my face, or people would like to see my face, right?
They would like to see your face. Yes.
All right, so here we go. So this is me. So. I am deeply involved in the UFO community on a number of levels. And yesterday, I went to crash a UFO stream. So the person you see on the right there with the glasses and the toque and the earphones, that's me. So that's me going to... I showed up. I crashed this guy who is a despised UFO skeptic. So this guy is a debunker. And he was doing the stream. I showed up, and a year ago, I showed up on his stream and did a 1-hour debate pretending to be a crazy UFO believer and just taking the piss out of everything about of him, UFOs, just like a 1-hour comedy routine. And yesterday, I showed up again on this guy's stream, and I actually challenged him to a rematch debate. So I think in about a couple of weeks from now, I'm going to do a live UFO debate with one of the most despised UFO skeptics on the planet right now. And
awesome.
It's going to be, he doesn't know, but I'm going to do a roast of the UFO community, a full roast of the UFO community live on this stream. So I hope that maybe people here in the audience, if you're interested in that and you think that's funny, if you want to help me, if you want to help me write the roast and be in my corner, I'll definitely need some help. So that's some UFO news.
We'll have to share where that is, and we'll have to play the highlights on this show.
I will.
Okay, so play the clip here.
Well, this is I'll play a little bit. I think we're gonna get demonetized if we. Let's see.
No, then don't.
You and all of the skeptics in the
we already
community.
Did. Just play a bit.
So this is
I just want to see what it looks like.
My challenge. Okay, so this is me berating him. Okay, so I'm our Tic Tac, and I think, Mike, that you are probably fully responsible for us losing our Tic Tac and being where we are today. So,
I do have some Mentos around here somewhere. I don't have any Tic Tacs, but I do have Mentos.
The reason I'm here today, okay? I don't want this to be a big conversation today. I just wanted to look in your eyes, face to face, okay?
And tell me that you love me.
And not only, I mean, I have a lot of love for people, but face to face, I want to challenge you, Mike, to a real debate. Oh,
you would lose.
I want an entire.
You don't want to do that.
I want an entire.
RoboMax tried that and he lost.
No, I want a 1-hour live stream. It will be. I defeated you in our first debate. I'm giving you the opportunity to have.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I mean, I would love Mark, but holy shit.
So, I mean, I talk a lot about UFOs. I am balls deep in the UFO community. It's
no shit.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about UFOs and my shenanigans in the UFO community, and you want to come and help me troll, please join our Discord. So
that is
I'm going to be putting up a link here in just 1 second in our chat. I'm in there, Jeremy's in there, Justin's in there. That's where we kind of hang out and we talk about the news stories of the day, and that's our center of operations. It's where we do the stream. We got Jay in there already. We got John White in there already. All the cool people in the chat right now are in our Discord. So if you want to help me troll the UFO community, please come to Discord and give me a hand.
That was the most ridiculous thing, but I loved it. I also love that you have like a little bit of a persona. You got your glasses on and like a toque and stuff. That was wonderful.
Yeah. I mean,
you actually look like a bunker person for real.
Yeah,
Sorry, I don't want to say. I got to speak on your behalf right now, Mark. When Mark gets worked up, his French Canadian accent starts to come out more and more and more, and I love it.
You can hear it, yes.
Yeah.
I just thought, he's a little bit stoned.
Support. So basically, Mark's gonna be trolling believers, and it's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be hilarious, and I'm gonna help him any way I can. Trust me, I'll be in the chat. I'll be JR like on steroids. I'm just gonna be like,
you need to be JR super soldier.
This is gonna be an event because all these UFO knuckleheads are gonna show up to watch me take down this UFO skeptic. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm Trojan horsing myself into this stream.
But this UFO skeptic, he's part of the UFO community, right? Like he's like your villain, like
absolutely. You got it.
He's
100%.
a UFO Uncle Tom. He's a UFO Uncle Tom.
He's a despised skeptic. He's a guy that tries to debunk everything that comes out, and he's the, speaking for, he's like a government guy. He's a spook, and it's playing on a lot of different levels. But my intention is to show up on this stream and do a 1-hour roast of all the major figures in the UFO community. And I'm going to do a PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to need people in my corner. I want to do video. It's going to be a UFO event, and we're going to mobilize the hatred of this guy by the UFO community so that I can roast everyone in the UFO community. It's
okay, yeah, it's going to be levels and layers.
There's levels and layers.
Do we still want to talk some more UFOs? Do we still got time?
I mean, let's do a quick roundup of UFOs, gentlemen, because this was probably one of the biggest week in UFOs in a long time, in a very,
UFOs
very
were
long
trending
time.
Like nuts.
Yeah, so the first thing I should mention is that UFOs were on 60 Minutes last week. So
yeah, that's right. We're not conspiracy theories. We're conspiracy facts.
So if you're still
facts,
that's what we got to call this segment.
That's right, conspiracy facts.
Conspiracy facts.
So if
this
you're
is 60 Minutes, this isn't like www.russia.misinformation.com.
No.
I mean,
this is
real
Zero Hedge or some crazy shit. This is the 60 Minutes with the most highly regarded news program in history, and they have gone out and said that they've interviewed David Fravor and all these pilots, saying that there have been irregular incursions into military territory by unknown objects that the U.S. Department of Defense has confirmed as unknown. So this is 60 Minutes, gentlemen. This is a big deal. This is the biggest news program.
It was like UFOs were hugely trending like right after this happened.
Absolutely.
Then Obama shows up talking about it.
That's right. So then we had the second kind of bombshell here this week. Obama showed up on James Corden's, everybody's favorite late night comedy guy.
Don't get me started.
So anyway, so he was interviewing Obama, and he did ask Obama about the questions about UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, and Obama confirmed. I mean, he didn't deny it. He said that there is video, there is evidence of completely unidentified craft that are phenomena that are flying around in protected airspace, harassing Navy warships, and displaying technology and energy and features that are completely unknown to man. They said that this thing travels at Mach 12. It can go from 80,000 feet in the air to 10 feet over the ocean in less than a second. And Obama did not deny it. He said that these things are happening and they are real.
Man, and this is why. Look, I thought he'd be doing this way sooner. Like once Trump took over and started doing that shit, I was like, I'm really ready. I'm ready for Obama just to be like, don't give a fuck, mic dropping shit. But he's kind of contractually obligated. Like they still take care of him. He still gets a salary. He still got Secret Service. So if he drops the bomb and says, look, I know it is, and we pay them, and we pay them in like wood and water and just to leave us alone. Then he would like probably lose his pension, right? But he did what he could. He did what he
could. In the contract, it's like, hey man, if you disclose aliens, you lose your president pension.
He did what he could, right? Like if he tells us the truth, someone clicks a button and his brain explodes, and they call it an aneurysm, right?
So like, that was Obama fell down the stairs.
He did. Yeah, that's what it is.
It happens.
He fell in the... All right, you know what? That's a good note to end on, guys. Thank you so much for doing coming here and watching the show with us. We love you. We do this for you. We do this every week, Thursday at 9 p.m., the WFT show. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Jay. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.